Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to make your own functions, and using those functions I'm going to show you how to make flowers. And these flowers you can see on by tapping on the mobile phone screen. You can able to make them as well. So let's start. So the first thing I need to do is, as usual, I'm going to make a simple object like ellipse in the draw function, which is already given to us. So I'm making a simple ellipse first and give it a color. And when all this is done, let's run it, and you can see there is a circle with a red color in it. So this is a simple way of doing it. Now I'm going to make my own function. So I'm going to say function, and I'm going to give it any name. So let's say I want to draw flowers, so let's give a draw flower. And this function, using this function, I'm going to be making the ellipse now. So let's put this code of the ellipse, which is fill and the ellipse. So I'm going to cut it from here and put it inside my function draw flower. So after doing that, when I run it, it's not there. Why is not there? Because the draw flower function is not called in any of these two functions. So it's not called in the function setup nor in the function draw. So I need to call this function. So I'm going to copy this draw flower, put it here. Now when I run this, you can see the ellipse is there. So now if I remove it from there, cut it from here, and I'm going to put it in here in the function setup. Now again, when I run it, you can see the draw function is there, so it's clearing it up. If I move the background from the draw function also in here, now when I run it, you can see the flowers there, because in the draw function the background is forming again and again and is clearing up the anything that is in there. So now you can see the function draw is all empty, so I can remove this and I can see my flower using the function setup. Now let's make the flower. So for making the flower, let's put it in the middle. So let's say it's 200 and 200 position to start with, and it's in the middle. So now let's make a simple flower, but for these flowers I don't want to hard code anything, so I'm going to make a variable. So let's say I'm going to make let flower x is equals to 200. I'll just say let's flower x here and make let flower y here, and we need flowers radius. So let's go for, and all three functions I'm going to use them and initiate them here in the function setup. So let's say it's 200, the same value. It's also 200. So now study the code. Now I have all my values here. I'm just going to copy this and now paste it in here in my ellipse. Change the value to y, change the value to r. When I run it, you can see the ellipses is still forming, nothing is changed. But you have seen that I have made the variables here, and then I put it here, then I initiated here as well. So instead of doing all this, now I'm going to show you what your own function can do for you. So instead of using all these variables which I've made here, I'm going to use variables which I'm going to be, or the parameters I'm going to give it in here in these parentheses of this draw flower function. So I'm going to say this is the x of the ellipse, and this is the y of the ellipse, and this is the r of the ellipse, and I'm also going to want to give the color through it. So let's say that I want to give, let's change this r to, let's say this is the diameter of the flower, and let's give r for the red, g for the green, and b for the blue color. So I'm going to change all these with these, and now I'm only left with x, y, and r. Instead of r we are writing the d, so I'm going to give the d. So that's there, and instead of this color I'm going to give r, g, and b. And I'm going to remove all these also, these variables which we have made, and I'm going to simply give the values inside this draw flower function which I'm calling in the function setup, right? So I'm going to give the value of 200 here, and going to give the value of diameter 50, and I'm going to say that I want color, for example, red 255, G0, and then blue is also 255. Now let's see what will happen when I run the program. You can see the circle is there, the color is changed because we have given a different color, and we didn't make any of the variables by using our own function, just giving these variables, and within our where we are calling our function, we can simply make our thing all by ourselves. Okay, we can make multiple of these as well and change their values as well. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to make another one. Let's say it's at the position of 100 and 100, and let's keep the color like that, and now you can see I have two now circles instead of one. So using the same function, using the, you once give the make any object, and you can call them multiple times, and you can make multiple of these things. So let's now get down to the business, how we are going to make our flower using this drop function. So what we want to do is that whenever I click on the screen, a new flower appears. For that, I need first of all to make first the flower, and then we are going to make more of these by using the mouse press function. So this is the first ellipse we have made, right? And now I'm going to use the same things, and I'm going to make other ellipses as well. So let's say this ellipse, I'm not keeping it as giving the RGB value. I'm giving because it's the center of the flower, I want the center of all the flowers to be yellow. So let's give it a yellow color. So now let's run it and see. It's yellow now. And I'm going to make another fill, and in this fill I'm going to give the values of RGB, and that will make our flowers of different colors. So now the same ellipse function I'm going to take, and I'm going to place the flower petals in different directions. So in this case, let's start with, let's just set -50, and let's just start with -50 and see where it will appear. So you can see it's appearing over here. It's taking the color from here right now because that what we have hard coded. And now let's try copy this and make some more petals. Let's see, we make at least 6 of them. So we have 4, 5, and 6. So now we just need to change the values of it. So on one side, on the left hand side is -50, so on right hand side it should be +50. And let's see, yeah. And now to go up, let's try 25 plus 25 or -25 first, and see, -25 requires a little bit of phi also. So let's randomly put, let's say it's moving plus 42. Let's check and see. Yeah, it's appearing somewhere. A little bit more or less will be good. Let's see. Yep, it's fine. And now we can do the +25, and we will, because we want it to be down as well, so while is the same, game's fine. Now let's do the upper ones also. If 43 is here, so let's do -43 in the above section and change these to -25 and -25. So are we doing all right? Plus this needs to be plus. So 1 plus 1 minus we have to do in these. So if you do it, you can get a flower like this. Okay, we have a flower, and let's say this is the color, and we got the flower right now. Now I want to make a function. Now mouse pressed. So every time I press the mouse, a new flower should appear. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut this from here, and I'm going to put it here right now. And let's edit tidy code. Yep, that's better. So I've removed the draw flower function from there and put it in the mouse press function, and I'm going to play. Now you can see there is nothing on the screen because in the setup function the draw flower function is not there, not called, but when I click it, it's there. When I click the flower, it's there because its position is set, so it's not giving me the different positions which I wanted. So what I need to do next is I need to use the mouse X and mouse Y positions so that wherever I go, my mouse goes, the position of the flowers changes. So I'm going to write, instead of 200, I'm going to write mouse X and mouse Y, and let's say I'm going to change the diameter of this also. So I'm going to use the random, and in the random function you can give minimum and maximum values. So I want my flower to be minimum of 40 and maximum of 60, and in the same way I want random colors instead of just one color flower. That's rather boring, so I'm going to use that. So let's copy this random function, and we have to do it 3 times because it's R, G, and B. We have to remember the thing that these parameters which we have given here, the arguments which we have given there, the same arguments we have to give it here as well. If we don't give it, the program will not run, the function will not work. So we did that, and let's change some of these numbers. Let's see what will happen. So now my screen is clear, and I click, my first flower is there, second, third, fourth, and you can see they are of different shapes and different colors. Wherever I'm clicking, I can get a new flower. So now still they are of different colors, but they can vary in their shapes as well. So for doing that, let's make a for loop around it. So instead of us doing the job of making more flowers by writing again over and over again the same code or copying it down, I'm going to use this function. Let's first tidy this code like this, and now we can see all our things properly. So we have our mouse X, mouse Y, which is X and Y, and then we have the diameter one, and then we have the 3 colors. Now let's give it let's make that I is equals to 0, I is less than, let's say, is 300, or let's say 100, just start from 100, and I plus plus, and let's give the values here. So let's say in the color, let's use this. So in the color, let's say is I plus 100, and in this one also, instead of 110 hardcore one, so let's say I plus 50, and in this one also, let's say plus 120 plus I, or I plus 120. Let's keep it consistent so we remember it properly. Okay, now all these things are done. We use our I also, and this. Now let's run our program and let's see. So whenever I'm clicking, I'm getting a new flower, and you can see they are multiple over each other because of the for loop. And you can make it, you can even use the same by using the share. You can share your program, use the fill screen one, select that, copy the link, and you paste it in your mobile phone browser, and you will be able to tap on the screen and make the flowers on your phone as well. So hope you like this program, and you will be able to make it yourself as well. And see you next time. Bye.